Hey everyone, so yet again another story that I was looking at today. I figured I'd cover it really quick. And before I even get into this story, if you don't know what I'm talking about in these videos and you're new to the channel, please go to the video description. There's a 15-minute video link that I'll leave called How to Gematria. And it will explain a lot more of what I'm talking about, the reasons that I'm talking about it, and it'll just give you a better understanding of what I am talking about in this video. But gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words, and it is in all of our mainstream media articles. It's how our sports leagues are scripted, whether you want to believe it or not. Once you learn the system and apply it yourself, the sports leagues absolutely scripted by this system. So please check out that video and you'll understand more. And what I think this whole article is, it's kind of just a stupid article about a man who got stuck in the ATM and then he had to write notes to get out because he doesn't have a cell phone. And I think this has something to do with the stock market crash, a tribute to that, because this year will be the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash, and Trump equals 88 in gematria. And of course an ATM, think about money and whatnot. This guy got trapped inside the money and everything else. So possibly not, but when I looked up the stock market crash, it seemed to align pretty well with it, and that was my first thought in regards to this story. So possibly it's, not actually a tribute to that. But so we got the story, the man, it doesn't even tell you the guy's name, but he gets stuck in an ATM and he has to hand out this note here. Please help, I'm stuck in here and I don't have my phone. Please call my boss at 210, blah, 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 blah. And then they scribble the rest out. The reason that we got this story today is because today has a date numerology of 57, 7 plus 13 plus 20 plus 17, 57. And this is about an ATM repairman. ATM repairman in gematria equals 57. Even in the article, they make sure to let you know that it's an ATM machine, not just an ATM. ATM machine in the reverse method, the small way, equals 57. And the only number that they show you on this deal is 210. That's his boss's phone number, and then they scribble out the rest. If you write out 210, it equals 57. And the big way equals 156. This story came out on July 13th, which in most parts of the world, they write the date 13/7, which reminds us of 137. 137 is the 33rd prime number. And the reason that's significant is because the people who control over us, it has a lot to do with Freemasons and the Jesuits, and a lot of these people in power, they're Freemasons. They're the people who created this nation. They created a nation of slaves. But anyway, 33, the highest degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. It's a lot based on God and everything else. Jesus supposedly died on the cross age 33, but you'll get that in the How to Gematria video. But 13/7, the 33rd prime, this happened in Corpus Christi, CC, C the third letter, 33. And if you write out 33, it equals 156, just like 210, the big way. Also, if you look up Corpus Christi, it's named after the feast of Corpus Christi, which in Latin, it is body of Christ, that equals 63, that I'll talk about farther down this post, because I discovered some things in regards to money and how it syncs up into gematria. But the Feast of Corpus Christi this year was on June 15th, 15/6, right? So 15/6, 210 is the area code that equals 156, and 33 equals 156. Jesus supposedly died at age 33. So I also wrote out help me note. That's how he got out of here, with his help me note. Help me note equals 50, repairman equals 50. In regards to all these 57s, if you write out 57, it equals 50. The small way, the big way, 131. If you write out stuck in ATM, it equals 131. I mean, just super coded. So in regards to this being a possible tribute to the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash, if you go from the day that we got this story July 13th to October 24th, which is the day of Black Thursday, the very beginning of the stock market crash. It's a span of 103 days. And notice they put emphasis just on help me in this article. Help me in gematria equals 103 the reverse way. And it's 103 days before the 88th anniversary of Black Thursday. Black Thursday is the day that leaves 68 days in the year, October 24th. Donald John Trump equals 68. And if you read out stock market crash, it equals 185, the big way, just like Donald John Trump equals 185. And stock market crash in the reduced reverse method equals 103. This is 103 days before, or the story, because it actually happened yesterday, but we didn't get the story until today, because that's how the mainstream media does things sometimes. So 103 days before the stock market crash equals 103, help me equals 103, Trump equals 88, and it's going to be the 88th anniversary. You know, a little more knowledge in regards to the stock market crash, too. It happened in the year 1929 on the 29th day of October, right? So 29. It was with the only president that was from Iowa, the 29th state, Herbert Hoover, HH, 88, 88. So just interesting. That's why Iowa has Interstate 29 that goes all the way through it from north to south. That's why Kinnick Stadium was built in the year 1929, because Iowa's the 29th state. Anyway, hopefully I'm not losing you there, but in regards to the phone number above, 210, if you just write out 210, it equals 59 in the small reverse way, and in the big way, in reverse, it equals 185, just like stock market crash, right? Also, the word America, the small way equals 32, the big way 50. So stuck in ATM equals 32, like America. Help me equals 32, the small way. And think about all these 50s up here. Help me note, repairman, 57, all interrelated. And the reason that 63 was so important to Corpus Christi, that means body of Christ, that equals 63. The word money in reverse gematria equals 63. And money is the root of all evil. And this makes so much more sense now. That's why reverse makes so much more sense. Root of all evil equals 63 in the forward way. Money in the reverse way equals 63. Wall Street in the reverse small way equals 63. Black Tuesday happened on the day that leaves 63 days in the year. Stock market equals 37. Dollar equals 37. In the reduced reverse, and then just reduced, it equals 26, just like the word bank. So, who knows? Just pointing out this article on CNN. I'm pretty sure it's just a tribute to the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash. And coded by the numbers, just like all the other mainstream media articles. Have a good one. Peace.